Don't ask me what time it is, I don't know. And I don't care. I only care about my Father's time. My Father is God. I'm the unknown prophet of God. I want to talk about an atheist and a Satanist. An atheist is someone who is standing in the middle of all of this. You know, he do not love God and he do not love the devil. So he's standing in the middle. He's someone who believes in nothing, himself. He believes in himself, An atheist believes in not one God, what do exist. So, and there are many gods. But an atheist go for no God. And also for no devil. And a Satanist go for only the devil and hate God. So you better be an atheist than a Satanist, because a Satanist God can do nothing with. But an atheist, God can do everything, The possibilities are way open. So you better be an atheist, because that will be your chance. You're gonna walk with God. And a Satanist will not get that chance. So these are the two differences. Definitely an atheist can be touched by God, but a Satanist never will. And that's the story I like to bring, I like to tell, And that's the truth. Thus, when I hear about an atheist saw heaven, that's more possible than a Satanist saw heaven. Because when a Satanist saw heaven, then there must be something wrong with my Father God. You understand? Because if you walk over to someone else and not God, then he will leave you. He can do nothing with you anymore. You did choose your way and, well, that's it. Then it's over for God. You understand? So an atheist do have a much bigger chance still to be with God. Because he did choose for really nothing. He did choose for not any God or the devil or Satan or whatever there is in that spiritual rooms. So an atheist will have all the chances open that God will touch such a person. It's for God more easy to touch, because with a Satanist he can do nothing. He cannot touch it because they did choose already. But an atheist, the choices are still open. The way is free and God can easily touch them. If God like, of course. That's up to God. So if you are an atheist and you tell me, yeah, I'm an atheist, then I better go with an atheist and walk than with a Satanist. I don't want to walk. You understand? Because my father can do nothing with it, and me also, I can do nothing with it. You understand? He did choose the way already, and it's like a mark on your skin, in your skin, and in your soul. That's the mark you will get when you become a Satanist and not an atheist. So an atheist, the way is open, still, by God's touch. So when I do have two people, a Satanist who want to walk with me, then I can say directly to him, you are a Satanist, you belong to Satan, not to me. And this man I take because he is a man who do not believe, and I can learn him everything about my Father God. You know, I do have a bigger chance to become a friend of an atheist than a Satanist, because if I become a friend of a Satanist, then my father also don't want me anymore. You understand? So the choices are very easy to make. An atheist, I can form, I can change his mind and all that kind of things. You know, I cannot do this with an Satanist. And I don't want to do it with a Satanist. You understand? He did choose his way already, and yeah, let him walk there. But an atheist, I can go anyway with him. And I can form him like clay in my hand. You understand? It's more easy to do this with that kind of people. People who are standing in the middle, you know, and believe in nothing. That's exactly the people God is looking for. You know, these are the people who do have a big possibility that they still will be touched. That are the people who standing in the middle and go for really nothing. And that's the truth. You know, he is better than a Christian. An atheist is better than a Christian. If I see the Christians from those days, these people only use my Father God for the money. They all do have a bank account and very expensive stuff around them, and they get it from you and all that kind of shit, you know. They wear a crucifix on their necks and upside down for them and for you, your eyes to see. It's a straight crucifix. It's standing good. but for themselves it is upside down, because they wear it. I see many Christians do have a crucifix like that, and do not even think about it, And an atheist do not have this, because he do not like any belief. So it will be more easy for God to touch those people who believe in nothing, because God can form them in the way He wants. You understand? And it's a big difference, an atheist or a Satanist. A Satanist will never go to God, and an atheist still do have a chance. That's for sure. They do have a big chance to be with God. These are just people who believe that there is no God. But an atheist is not someone who hates God, because these are Satanists. They hate God. They are against God because they are with the devil. So they must be against God. And an atheist is not against God, he just do not go for God. Because they think there is no God. Then you also cannot hate him also, because what is not there, it's easy, folks, right? You will not hate, because it's simply not there. So I try to explain how this is working. And definitely very easy to understand, folks. So you better be an atheist than a Satanist, because then you did choose. And an atheist, God can do everything with. He can touch you and you will go from atheist to loving God. But as Satanist, God can touch but will not touch. Understand? Because you did make your choice. So people find it strange when an atheist see heaven. That's not that strange. I think it's strange when a Satanist see heaven. That's strange. But the Satanist never can be with God. It's like when you murder someone, you never can be with God. If you murder yourself, you never will be with God. And all that type of things. You understand? It's not possible. You did choose your way, and you did choose wrong. And that's with a Satanist exactly the same. A Satanist is seeing by God's eyes like a murderer. You understand? and an atheist is free of this kind of thing. So God can do everything with this clay, you know. He can build out of him whatever God wants. And this can happen with atheists suddenly. Without they know it, they're walking on the street, standing still and start to feel something what you never did feel before. You cannot walk anymore and all that kind of things. They know that God is working in you and stop you. I did get exactly the same thing. And yeah, with that kind of people, God can do something. You understand? And maybe He will. But that's a maybe. I was just lucky. You understand? But I was not an atheist and also not a Satanist. So I was already with Jesus Christ because I thought it's the most beautiful man I ever saw in my life. Well, like the stories go, was this the most perfect and nicest man ever lived on this planet in the days he was here. And really unbelievable that he did die by the hands of his own people. That's what did happen. That's a very disturbing thing, folks. And it doesn't matter if you did do it or your ancestors. You are all part of it right now. You understand? And this man was murdered out of rage, out of hate, out of jealousy, because he did know more than anyone else. That's why he was murdered. He just was a perfect man. And jealousy and unbelief did kill him. Man was a very important person. And Jesus was not Jesus. Jesus was God. And God is my Father. For I never saw Jesus in the story. I only saw God. But you better be an atheist than a Satanist. Because a Satanist did choose. And an atheist did choose nothing. He is standing right in the middle. And can be ready to be touched by God. These are the people who do have the biggest chance still to be touched. at least he do not have blood on his hands, or did not rape little children and all that kind of shit. You understand? Yeah, if you did lie and steal, as long you did not murder in it, it's still not a problem. And then it's still only your own problem, because you may not steal and you may not lie, you know. Lying and stealing, you better don't do it. You may not lie and steal, but God can forgive you in this. It's not such a big problem. And then an atheist do have very big chances to be touched one day. Definitely. But an atheist and a Satanist did choose already his way. He is marked forever. And he never will make a chance to be, to go to heaven. Even if he wanted. He did choose already his way. The wrong way. God now, and God do nothing with you. So if I hear a story about a Satanist who walked with God now, is a very big liar. Or a murderer who walked with God, or a murderer God did touch, is not true at all. It's standing in the Bible all the time, folks. With Moses. Moses did kill someone, and Moses did walk for God? No way, folks. It will never happen. No way. If you do have blood on your hands, you better forget God. You never will go there. You do not make any chance. It's for God very important that He do not see blood on your hands. The lies and the stealing you did is not such a big problem. He can wash it away easily. But the thing He don't want to wash away is blood. He don't wash it away. He leaves you in that blood. So you always will remember who you did murder or rape. Or steal with murder. Or lie with murder. It's the same thing. God will not forgive you, and He never will. And you will never see God. You never will go to heaven. It will never happen. But an atheist is standing in the middle, folks. And it's really true. God can touch it. You need to see an atheist like school. You go to school and your teacher will ask, what do you want to learn and what do you want to be later? And you say, well, I think about it, but I still don't know. You see, it's like an atheist. He do not know. And don't know what to choose. It's like an atheist. This is someone who do not hate God, but also do not love God. There is no love and there is no hate, for there is no God. That's an atheist. And God can do everything with an atheist. Do never forget this, folks. What I say right now is the truth. And God can do more with those people than these people who say that they are Christians. You understand? That they say they do love God and they do have a bank account. What is against God? You know? They lie and facing God. And an atheist cannot do this. He never can lie to God because there is no God. He never can hate God because there is no God. For an atheist, there is no God. So he cannot hate it also. And he cannot love it also. Because for him it's not there. And that's the best way. To stand in the middle and just do nothing. Just see what will happen. And you will understand that God can come to that kind of people very close. And I see it like school. Your teacher asks what you want to be later. And you still do not know. That is what an atheist also is. He do not know. And he don't want to know. You know? So, don't talk about God with an atheist. Because he will tell you, I'm sorry man, I'm an atheist. I respect your way you live and you talk and you are with your God, but for me there is nothing. When we die, we go into darkness and there we stay. We're not coming back and all that kind of thing. No, atheists will talk like this. So any way is open for an atheist. And more easy to be with God than any other person on earth. So all the atheists do have a very big chance to be with God, because God can do something with you. Because you're still standing in the middle and you did choose nothing. Not heaven or not hell. Because an atheist do not only got this with God, he don't want to know and he think it's not there. But he also do have this with the devil. He got also nothing with the devil. You understand? Because that will make him a Satanist. And that's not what he is. He is an atheist. And an atheist do really believe in nothing. He is standing in his world in the middle. No God, no devil, no nothing around him in belief like churches and all kind of shit. It's all not there. You understand? It do not exist for an atheist. But it's dangerous to be an atheist, because the devil also do have his hands free for a person like that. But it's more difficult than the people who do have already a belief system. You understand? I see many believers go to the devil and will be touched by the devil. They are more easy. And an atheist is not that easy to take. Because what he do have not with God, he also do not have with the devil. So it's not easy for the devil to take an atheist. Want an atheist is also against the devil, like he is against God. An atheist do not have a belief system. That's it. That's an atheist. And always an atheist will say, I believe in myself. You understand? It's all about him. He believes in himself. He think he can manage all the things. You know? That's an atheist. He believes in himself. He believes that he is there, and no God and no devil. Only he in the middle. He is there. He knows that he is there because he lived his life, and these two, the devil and God, they just do not exist. But for God it's more easy to take such a man than the devil can take it. You understand? So these are the most difficult persons the devil can take. And the most easy persons God can take. And the devil knows it. And also the children of the devil, they know this. They will get a big prize if they can take an atheist, you know, and form him into a Satanist. They will get a big prize because they are very difficult to catch. And for God, more easy. So if I was an atheist, then God also did touch me. You understand? Because for God it's more easy. But I did have already a belief system. And I did make myself a Christian in that time. Because I thought Jesus is the man I want to walk with. And well, sometimes people did say, "Are you Jesus?" And then I did say, "No, why?" "Yeah, you look like him." And then I did say, "No, but I do walk with Jesus. I love Jesus." But people did come to me and did ask me, "Are you Jesus?" And I did say, "No, I'm not Jesus." This did happen years ago, 25 years ago, something, I did have long hair and I did look like Jesus. And they did ask me, "Are you Jesus?" And I did say no. Now I look more like Jesus. And they still ask me, "Are you Jesus?" And I still say, "No, I'm not Jesus." Because if I was Jesus, it means that I'm God. I am not God. And in that time, I did not love God. I did not like God. I did have my reasons also. And my reasons were honest. Understand? Because I will not do these things when I'm not standing in my right. And I was standing in my right to not love God or not like God. I was standing in my right. And if I need to go for the stories what's standing in the Bible, then that's also what I did say to God when God did touch me. I told him, "Why you, the Father of all fathers, the most high person and powerful person who can do everything, why you did not help your son? Why you let him in pain and all that kind of things?" And all the time, he did say nothing. But I did get visions and dreams. And I never saw Jesus Christ. And I started to think, how is it possible that I do not see Jesus Christ and God call me his son? How is that possible? That was strange for me. And then I did ask, why I see not your son? I only see you. What is this? So then it becomes simple, easy. God was Jesus. So the people there in that time did murder not Jesus, but God himself. So there was no father who could save him, because he is the Father. That's why Jesus is God and no one else. It's the only way I can think of. And I still did not see Jesus Christ. I always see God, 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 God. Only God. And he called me his son. And I swim in the water and, he did say many things in what I thought. And he did say to me, throw the stone again and all that kind of things, and I started to think, well, what is this? And then I thought, so there must be a way to understand what did happen for real. And the only way I still do understand is that Jesus is God. And I don't see no other way. Jesus is God. Because I saw God many times, but I saw Jesus never. Not one time. Not next to him. God also did not talk about him and all that kind of thing. He only did talk about me. That I am his son and all that kind of thing. And I thought, whoa man, that is not possible what you tell me. It's not possible because Jesus is your son. No, Jesus is God. And I am the son of Jesus. That must be. Or else I don't know. I just don't know. That's why also I know so much from. And I can know the things, you understand? For me it's easy to understand. For you it will be too high. Your mind cannot work clearly on it. I do understand. But I saw also things you never will understand because you will not believe what you saw. But it's all there. And what I saw, everything exists. But you will not believe your eyes in the world of God. Definitely you will become very crazy. You're gonna see unbelievable things. You never thought that it is possible that you get this kind of things in your mind. But this is for crazy people, you understand? They get this in their mind. But God told me so. You walk with me now, and everything is possible. He also told me, you can do more than you know. And all these things I did get inside. Can I do more than I know? Yes. Yes. I can do more than I think. It's what God told me. So I cannot take it like a no, but like a yes. Because God told me so. So for me, it's an unbelievable way I walk. That's for sure. And I never know that I will walk that way. How could I ever know that God will touch me? I never know. I also did not know that I am that person. God never told me, yeah, I walk with you. When I was born, I walk with you, and when you are 48, then I'm gonna touch you. I never know. If I did know, then I go to the internet and explain, so many years ago. Because then I will do this for such a long time, but I do this now for 7 years. And the people how did learn 50 years about God and all this kind of things can never say what I saw. Never. They did go to the wrong schools. You need the school of God and the schooling and the teacher, the teaching. Because he is the real teacher, folks. And from him you can learn everything. Not the school teacher, but the real teacher, God. God is the real master teacher. He is the master after everything. That's why they call him God. Because he knows everything, he can do everything. And he is everything. Yeah. And God is a spirit. But also can be flesh and blood. He can be whatever he likes. So, but I saw him like a spirit. I also did tell you this many, many times. It's a spiritual vacation, I take you to places, and this is gonna happen spiritually. And you do not understand how it is possible that you go to other places and you can drink there and touch everything there and smell everything there. It's not possible in this world. But I'm in my bed and God take me. And I'm in my bed and I hear everything here. I know that I'm in my bed, but I'm also on another place. And for real, because I can touch things, eat things, drink things, smell things, hear things. everything. I'm walking there, I see myself walking, but I'm in my bed. You know? It's the most impossible things I did get from God, and I still do not understand how it is possible that I did get this, while I know that I'm in my bed. It's too, if you think about it, you can become crazy of it, you know. But it really did happen, and many times. God did send me to places, and yeah, sometimes He wake me up, He let me stand up, and I go somewhere, and then I will wait till God say, now you can go. But then I do understand what I did get inside. And then I talk about it. And then it's also start to happen. And many times when I talk about something, like today I did talk about that these rich people are all together and friends from school from a long time ago, and they know each other, and you know, and that I'm right. Directly come on the internet, that kind of friendship. That's crazy, right? But these are things you can get from God. With the weather I told you, it comes from God. I cannot do this. It's God who is with me and show me all the things, learn me all the things. So for me it's easy to talk you in a way I like. And you're gonna do it. You understand? I will not talk that way. But I know how to do it. I can make you laugh and I can make you cry. So you laugh and directly after that you start to cry. I know how to work in your mind, folks. For me it's easy. And you will not understand how it is possible. But it's not possible for me if I do not walk with God. I am really nothing without God. I cannot do those things. I cannot talk like I talk right now. You know? I need God. If God did not come to me, you never hear me talking. That's for sure. I am not that type of guy. I'm a hard guy. I come from the streets and I saw everything. I know a lot of that street thing, you know. But yeah, God did change me. And I become soft like He like it. And God do this with me also all the time. You know, suddenly I start to cry. It comes out of nothing. It means that I'm filled up with problems and then I start to cry. And I can cry whenever I like. If I want to cry now, I can start to cry now. And you will see real tears and a real sad face. Understand? And painful eyes. You will see all those things from me. But you will see it in reality. And I can do this whenever I like. It's for me easy start to cry out of nothing. Yeah? Just cry. Real tears. For me, no problem. And I'm not playing in a movie or something. But also these witches know how to do this. And they use it. Yeah, you see them also crying in movies and all that kind of things. And these are real tears. You understand? They also can do this. They can start crying whenever they like. And you think these people are very sad. Understand? And that's a very tricky thing. So watch out for these people. These are tears of the crocodile. The crocodile. Crocodile tearing. So watch out for these folks. These are movie players. And they did learn how to cry. You understand? And you will fall for this. You will think, oh, look, real tears. Yeah, yeah. But if I cry, I do not play in movies, folks. I cry because I'm sad. I'm always sad. So I always can cry. It's for me easy to cry. Because I'm always sad. I saw what will happen with you. It makes me sad. I only have to think about my Father who is in heaven and did show me how sad he can be, and his eyes and his tears. And if you see this, you will start to cry. You understand? And then God will tell you, don't cry. And then you can say to God, you did started it. And that's the face of God. It's to cry about. So I was in heaven. And God told me don't cry. But he was crying. And I told my Father God, you did start it. I also told my Father God, don't cry anymore, Father. I will take your tears. I will cry for you. This is how easy I can cry. I take the tears away from God. And I cry for God. I take the pain away from God. and I will take the pain. These are promises I did make to God, that God don't have to cry anymore. I will cry for God. God don't have to suffer the pain. I will take the pain. This is how much I do love my Father God. And this is what I really do. It can make me cry, indirectly. I don't have to fake it or, like these other people do. They always use tears, what is not real. They did learn this thing also. And I'm telling you folks, crying whenever you like, try it. It's not easy. It's not easy. And then with that you mean it, and that your heart is bleeding and all that kind of things, you feel it till in your soul. Try to do what I do. You cannot do it. You cannot cry like I do. Also these witches, they cannot cry like I do. I only have to think about God and what I saw, and I directly can start to cry. But not now, folks, because I'm not filled up with enough energy. It takes a long time. And when I start to cry, I become empty. My head become like, I feel everything. Well, I make place. I make place for other things to come. And there's a lot to cry, still. Still. The most crying I ever will do is, well, in this end time story, I will cry a lot. Because many people will die, and, well, that's a very hard thing. And I need to see it twice. You understand? I saw it already, but I'm gonna see it also for real. And that's what I worry about. I worry about you. And that I will cry for you in the way I saw it already. And I did cry already for you all. And I will do it again. The day I will see exactly what I already saw. So much tears to come for me. It's just the person God did make out of me. Understand? a crying person here in this world who will tell you the truth about everything. And I will cry a lot. And I cry for you. And I will do it twice. Because I did cry already for the whole world. But I will do it again. When I see all these things collapsing and exploding and everything you did build, folks. There will be not standing one stone on another. Every building will collapse. And it will become a big mess. Exactly like the movie 2012. They did create this movie because these bitches know already what will happen. And I saw it already that way. That is the way it will happen. And many will die by this big thing. This got everything to do with the weather, what is forming already. You understand? And the mountains, what explode, and the way what make holes, sinkholes, and mudslides, and all that kind of things. Earth-shaking things, lightning, thunder, very much energy in the air. It's already. It's already ready to go off. You know, it's like firework. You buy a lot of firework and you will be happy when it is time. You can let it off. This is also going on in this world. But you will not be happy when it goes off. And I'm sorry for you folks that you need to be witness of this. But it has to be that way. You will be my witness in what I did to. So the world will be my witness. And the only thing I ever can say to God is the fulfillments what need to take place. I report to God. And you hear me say all the time, Father God, it is fulfilled. Next. Because I want to get it quickly done. Then you will not suffer long. I know what's going on, folks. And I'm really the only one. You will hear no one talking like this. No one. Find him. And if I was not capable to talk like this, I never will. You understand? I do this thing for us other things. And I see you people go all wrong and take the wrong way. But you think it's the good one. I did one for this also. You are the children on devil's playground. And you're gonna lose on that playground. And your life is on the line, on that playground. Think about this. I warn you.